Language Association helps students write papers that are simple for other students to read and for teachers to grade. The MLA developed this format with a concern for easy reading and easy grading. Following it will produce a paper that allows readers to consider what you have written, rather than worrying about how you have presented it. The basic format calls for some fairly simple rules. Let's go over them in this tutorial. This is a standard MLA formatted paper. Let's talk about its qualities. First of all, make sure to double space all writing in the entire paper. This includes the heading, the title, and all other sections. Even when you construct your works cited page, you'll find that that entire page is double spaced as well. Make sure to double space everything. Next, left justify the entire paper. You'll see a flush edge here on the left and a jagged one here on the right. Third, include no extra spaces between paragraphs. Microsoft Word 2007 and later versions include a default 10-point space after every enter stroke. Eliminate this extra space. I'll explain how in just a moment. On the first page, include a heading with 4 pieces of information on separate lines. First, the author's name. Second, the teacher's name. Third, the course title. And fourth, the date, formatted with a spelled-out month. As with the rest of the paper, left justify and double space this heading. Next, use 1-inch margins all around, top, bottom, left, and right. On multi-page papers, include a header in the top right-hand corner with author's last name and page number. Most word processing programs can include a header with progressive page numbers so you don't have to change it for every page. Check with your software for details on how to accomplish this. Next, center the title on the line below the heading. Do not add extra spaces before or after it, and do not bold, underline, or italicize the title, and use the same 12-point font as for everything else. And that brings us to the last point, 12-point Times New Roman font. The entire MLA paper should be formatted according to a recognizable and standard font, like Times New Roman, New York, Helvetica. Use something standard. Times New Roman is a great default. A 12-point size for everything, including.
Okay guys, so since we're going to be using Google Docs for nearly all of our word processing this year, I just want to take a quick look at how to do MLA format in Google Docs. So first of all, you'll notice I have my header over here on the left, and you'll notice that things are not really double spaced. In fact, Google Docs automatically does 1.15 spacing when we know we need double, so we're just going to highlight everything and again use this little line spacing bar to make sure that everything is nice and double spaced. One of the things we know about Google Docs if we want to have a multi-page document is that we need to insert a header with our last name and page number. So you can see the margins are already 1 inch on every side, which is lovely for us, and everything is already left justified. But for my header, I need to go ahead and right justify or right align. You can see that button right here. And here goes my last name if I'm Patty Presentation. And I wonder if I can also insert the page number at the top of the page right there. And that way, if I were to go down to my second page, you can see that Google Docs will automatically update the page number for me. The last thing I want to remind you about in MLA format, you can see right here that the title of my novel is italicized, which is how we're always going to do that in MLA format. And you'll notice that when I have a quote from The Secret Life of Bees, I'm going to cite in parentheses the author's last name and the page number, and then put the period behind it. And that is true for the first time I cite from an author. The second time I cite from an author, I've already told you her last name, Monk Kid. So all I'm going to do is include the page number with the period behind it. Oh, that's hard to see. Let's go ahead and highlight yellow right there. So there's a couple reminders for you about MLA format in Google Docs. Thanks everybody.